When starting seeds, it's incredibly important to choose the right size container at the right time. We're going to talk about which seeds go in which and at what time you should be starting those seeds to eliminate all the confusion around seed starting. Let's go. The first thing you need to do before you even select any containers to start in is to look at the back of your seed packets. If you get seed packets from a reputable seed company, they should have the time in which you need to start them indoors to get a head start. That's what we're doing. We're getting a head start. We want to make sure that these seedlings are up and growing before we move them outside, so that when we do move them outside, we're essentially getting bonus growing time. If your growing season is, say, 100 days, and you start it 20 days earlier inside, the idea is your growing season then kind of magically becomes 120 days. It's a great way to grow if you have a shorter growing season, or if you kind of have those target windows that you're aiming for. But when you look at that seed starting time, for instance, pumpkins are 2 to 3 weeks before your last frost. Peppers are like 8 to 10, up to 12 weeks before your last frost. Tomatoes are like 8 to 10. Onions are 10 to 12 weeks before your last frost. That gives you your time window. That gives you your schedule. Once you know the schedule, then you can then decide the right size cell and kind of match that up with the vegetable that it should go in based on its growth rate. Once you have that schedule in mind and you know when you're going to be starting something, the next thing you have to do is match it up to the right size cell. Because here's the thing is, you take a pumpkin, throw it over here in this 188 cell tray. These cells here are a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. This is not going to be a good start or a good finish for starting seedlings because the cells are just too small to begin with. With these pumpkins or beans fall into this category, peas also fall into this category, sunflowers, large seeds require slightly larger cells because when the plant grows, automatically that root system and the seed leaves are going to be so large, it's going to be outsized right out of the gate. So don't even just disregard this tray. Move it up a size. These are 1 inch by 1 inch cells. This is already probably still too small. By the time this seedling grows, you may have a week or even less. And since you need to start it 2 to 3 weeks early, needs to be growing in this for 2 to 3 weeks, that's just not practical. So you know what? We're going to disregard. Move it up. And this gets you into a zone where you might be able to grow something like peas 2 to 3 weeks. But I prefer this. 2 or 3 weeks for a pumpkin in this 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch cell here. This is going to get us roughly 2 or 3 weeks. You could go up to this 3 inch pot if you wanted and give you a little more time, a little more wiggle room. It's just not necessary. It takes up a little more real estate. And I find the 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch pot is just ideal. If you don't have this pot, then sure, that might be your next option. And that is a realistic choice for something like pumpkins for 2 to 3 weeks based on that seed starting schedule. Now, let's refresh and do the same thought process with something like tomatoes or peppers. So something like tomatoes or peppers, which are 8 to 10 weeks before your last frost, this is gonna be a little bit different because these are very small seeds. So they can grow in a pretty small cell. Could we start them here? Yes, you could. You absolutely could because this is a small cell, small seed. This is going to give us roughly 3 to 4 weeks with this tomato. Now, obviously, that's not 10 weeks until our last frost date. So that would require us then, if we're growing, if we choose this as our seedling tray, we're going to have to then move this into a larger cell eventually because this is only good for 3 or 4 weeks. Could we then move it into here? Well, if we start here, this would not be a very practical move because there's just not a big jump in soil volume. This doesn't really make a very logical sense. This might be only 50% more soil, which is just not practical. So if I start them here for 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to transplant them. I'm going to jump a size. I'm going to transplant them somewhere here and let these grow out the rest of their time. Or if I need a little more time, I'm going to have to transplant it again. I may move it to here or even here. That means with a tomato or a pepper, since the grow time is longer, I may take these tomatoes or peppers and I may transplant them 2 or even 3 times because it makes sense. I don't need to start right in these cells because I'm not given a great start because these cells are already too large. You can go too large as well. These are just too big to start seedlings in when it comes to small seeds because there's too much soil. It's disproportionate. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to grow something like a tomato in this for 8 to 10 weeks from start to finish. You're going to have damping off, you're going to have root rot, you're going to have mold and mildew issues, and it's far better to start with a smaller cell and move up twice or even 3 times as it's needed. It's just a sensible step when growing something that takes longer. The next seed we're going to talk about here is a seed that is small but grows relatively quickly and doesn't need that much time indoors before being moved outside. That would be seeds like your lettuce or your brassicas, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, crops like that. You only need to start them 3 to 4 weeks indoors early. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to start them indoors 6 to 8 weeks early because they can handle cool weather outside, and because they grow pretty fast. In 6 to 8 weeks, you're gonna have a full head of lettuce. Like, it doesn't make a whole ton of sense to start it that early. So 3 to 4 weeks means small seed, small cell. So we're gonna take it, we can start it in something like this, or if you want a little more space, you can start it in something like this. It does not make any sense whatsoever to move them to a large cell like this, because why? That's ridiculous. Large cell like this, still too large. We will never plant broccoli or cabbage in these at all. You may start them in something like this, but just know that when you move them outside, they may still have a lot of soil that's not even uptake, meaning you could have gone with a cell that just was a little bit wasteful on soil, a little wasteful on space. It's not gonna be the end of the world, but they really won't need this big of a pot in 3 to 4 weeks. They just don't grow all that fast. They don't take up all that much soil. And because it's a small seed and a small cell, we can start them in here, grow them for 3 to 4 weeks. We can throw them right out into the garden, right from these cells, no problem at all. The final thing I want to talk about here is multi-sowing. With something like onions or beets, we talk about multi-sowing. Multi-sowing is the process of putting a couple seeds, 3 to 4, upwards of 10 seeds in a cell. Onions, we're going to put about 10 seeds. Beets, we might put 3 or 4. If you're starting multiple seeds in a cell, throw these out. Don't throw them out, but disregard these. Do not start in those because those are good for like 1 cell, 1 seed type scenario. These, maybe. You could maybe put 2 or 3 beet seeds in a cell. You're gonna move those right out to the garden and grow them as a pack of 3 plants. And as they mature, you're gonna grow many plants in a small area. Or with onions, 10 seeds in a cell like this. Now you're probably asking, Luke, you said not to put a seed in here to here because it's too big of a jump. Right, that's 1 seed, 1 cell. When you have 10 seedlings growing, that is 10 times the amount of roots growing in a given area, meaning this is a little more practical of a planting scenario. And you can grow this indoors. You can grow onions indoors, 10 onion plants in this size pot for 8 to 10 weeks, no problem at all. It'll give you lots of time to grow. These, you grow in these for 5 to 6 weeks, no problem at all. It's gonna give you plenty of time to start indoors. And really, truly, that is the mental process that I go through. The only other thing that I wanted to touch on are soil blocks. I know you're gonna say, Luke, I thought you started in soil blocks. I do, look it, I got lettuce seedlings. Check it out. These are gonna go into our greenhouse, into our grow bags. And I absolutely love these, but I don't start anything in soil blocks that needs to be growing indoors for longer than 4 weeks. That's because by the time I get past 4 weeks, they're already starting to break down and starting to crumble apart. So I start my fast turnaround stuff that doesn't need to be started that long or started indoors that early. They can be moved outside pretty quickly. Stuff like lettuce, onions, beets, your quick growing stuff. I start all those in these and then I can move them outside as needed if I'm choosing to grow in soil blocks. So hopefully that answers your question. I know there's a lot more questions you might already have. If so, throw them in the comments box down below. It's a pretty simple way to decide the seeds and the cell size that you choose. And with that, I hope it helped and I hope you are able to take this information and grow big with it. So as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger. Take care. Bye.